still working out some kinks. Want to make sure that the video is clear and not all grainy because of the high volume of internet transactions that happens within this house and where this is located. So I'm just going to start talking now, because if I like it and I upload it, at least people who come on here later won't have to wait for the stream to actually start. Right now we're live on the Arizona Timeless Tours Facebook page, and we're live on the Arizona Timeless Tours YouTube channel. And that's the main reason I wanted to do a quick live today, is to update you on the Arizona Timeless Tours YouTube channel, because we're doing some new things out there. But for those who are rewatching, I appreciate everybody's support of all of the social media platforms that I have out there. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Trying to expand some things out. The most recent thing I've done is start a podcast. And when I say start a podcast, I just uploaded my 24th podcast. You can find that at the Arizona Timeless Tours across all of the podcasting platforms. I think I'm on all of them, folks. I think I'm on, I know I'm on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and Pocket Cast being the main ones that it seems that most people watch me on. But the podcast, again, just uploaded the 24th podcast. I'm having a great time doing that. I really am. I think I'm going to do these podcasts live on the stream if the stream looks good and sounds good. When we upload it, sometimes it doesn't look so good within the first 3 to 4 minutes, and then it clears up in about 4 or 5 minutes in. So not sure how it looks. So when I'm finished here, I'll upload this to both the Facebook and the YouTube channel, see what the stream looks like and sounds like. If it looks and sounds good, I'll keep it up for everybody to check out. Doesn't look like still we have anybody coming in yet. So I'm going to hang around here for a little bit and see if we get anybody to come on in. Again, nothing out there telling me that I'm going live. Still trying to figure out some kinks in the software and how I'm going to use this product. Again, if it uploads nice and the stream looks good, then we'll keep it like this. But if not, we're going to have to figure some things out. I'm going to have to move the little office that I have somewhere else in the house to get closer to that internet connection. Vanessa Kitty, how are you doing? So we'll see how it goes. Again, just a quick live. Again, we're live on the Arizona Timeless Tours Facebook page and the YouTube channel. So hopefully this looks good. Vanessa, since I know that you're on here and I can see a few people, can you tell me, does the stream look clear and sound good? Because if it doesn't, there's some kinks that I have to work out. So you just tell me, should I turn this mic up, turn it down, or do something because the stream looks grainy? Again, check out the Arizona Timeless Tours podcast, folks. That's the next social media platform I've jumped onto. I love doing podcasts. It's my favorite thing, actually. Outside of doing TikTok videos, because the platform for TikTok has been good to me. Definitely my best social media outlet is TikTok right now, folks. We just hit 58,110 followers on TikTok in 8.5 months. So that platform has been going absolutely outstanding. Very clear video and audio is fine. I'm receiving you in 720. All right. That's good to hear. I really appreciate that, Vanessa, very much. So I'm going to stay on here for a little bit, see if we get some people to come on, kind of test out the software a little bit, kind of show you the new way we're going to try to do things, especially if I launch the podcast live. What I mean by that is, instead of just recording the audio and uploading it to Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts and Spotify, I will upload it like this also, so you can check it out on the YouTube channel or the Facebook page if everything looks good and sounds good. Some people rather watch than listen. But we have over 1,500 listens on the last 23 episodes of the Arizona Timeless Tours podcast. So that makes me very happy. 1,500 people have listened to it. It's brand new. We're talking when we're talking podcast, just like YouTube, When you first start out, your first 3 or 4 years on these platforms, you're a speck of sand on all the seashores of all the world of podcasters or YouTubers. And you got to find a way to stick out. So hopefully we'll do something to stick out. We'll get enough shares and more people will come and listen. That would be great. Let's see what we got going on here. What I did want to show you is things like, let's go to graphics here, and kind of, this is what I would like to do with the podcast, is state like I just uploaded. Well, let me back up really quick. An announcement I wanted to make about the YouTube channel is this. YouTube has allowed YouTube Shorts, #Shorts, on the YouTube channel now. It's in the beta kind of testing area. I know overseas there's an actual a little spot that you can go to for YouTube Shorts and do some really cool stuff. I don't believe it's hit the US yet. But I said, you know what? The YouTube channel, we got 180 videos on there in the last almost 4 years. It's doing pretty good, not as good as I want it to do. But I decided that I'm going to start uploading YouTube Shorts. So when you upload it and you put the tag Shorts in the description or in the title, it goes right to YouTube Shorts. And so I have about 7 or 8 video catalog in YouTube Shorts right now. And I'm going to tell you something. It's really helped the channel in the last, I don't know, 8 to 9 days. And when I say that, we've got close to, I want to say, 15 or 1,600 views in the last 48 hours. And that's been consecutive for the last like 8 to 9 days straight. We've had over at least 1,000 views in 48 hours, which is a lot for my YouTube channel. So the YouTube Shorts is just taking from what I put on TikTok and throwing it over YouTube. And the attention span only has to be less than really 50 seconds on my TikTok videos. So it's going really good. Lots of people listening and watching them because I can hold the attention span for less than 60 seconds. So if you don't want to watch a 5-minute YouTube video on a location, I'm going to be uploading all of the short videos in 60 seconds or less onto that YouTube channel. And if you do the Arizona Time Was Tour Shorts, you'll be able to go there and see everything that I have on TikTok now on YouTube, which is phenomenal. And it's getting lots. We got over a couple thousand views on those 6 that I uploaded so far. So it seems like that's what the people want. So that's what the people are going to get, are short 60-second videos on my YouTube channel from now on, it looks like. All right. Now, I'll have to know by people who are on here if this looks right, if it comes up. But boom, I'm going to put this picture up there, right there. I uploaded that short to YouTube a couple of days ago, and I re-uploaded the video on that. That's the Pichu Petroglyphs site in the Pichu Mountains. A lot of people have a hard time finding that area right there. That is the most petroglyphs that I've ever seen concentrated in one area, other than the Painted Rock off of Interstate 8 going towards San Diego, California. This place here was absolutely blew my mind, folks. Those rocks that are behind there are full of petroglyphs, 400, 500, 600-year-old petroglyphs out there. So if you get a chance to go to the Pichu Mountain petroglyph site, and the best way to find that is just go into your search engine and type in hundreds of ancient petroglyphs in Arizona. I'm going to say that again, hundreds of ancient petroglyphs in Arizona. And the direction is going to take you right out there. Just make sure you have an Arizona Trust Land Pass before you go out there, and you place that in your dash. But that place right there, top 4, top 5 petroglyph sites of the 22 that I've been to in the state of Arizona. That place was unbelievable. Truly was unbelievable. Let's go to the chat here. Nothing Important says, good day, gentlemen. How are we doing? Could everybody see the picture I just posted up there? Was the picture available that I was just talking about? I hope it was. All I need is a yes from somebody who's out there. And I'm going to go to the next picture. Kind of like what the podcast is going to look like. Again, just messing around with new software today. Thank everybody who supports all the Arizona Time Was Tours platforms. We are live on Facebook, and awesome. Nothing Important says yes. Great. Then let's go to the next picture. Let's go to the next location. Instead of seeing this face the whole time, which, not too many people want to look at, I can bring up these pictures and we can talk about things like that. Like this one right here, boom. That right there, folks, took me a while to get to. And that is in Papago Park, in one of the buildings, in the officer building that's standing from when Papago Park used to be Camp Papago, was a POW camp during World War II. I read a book by a gentleman who wrote a book on that camp, who lives locally, I believe he's a fireman here locally. And there was a portion in it, and also seen on one of the local news networks about a year or two ago, about this map in this building. That map you're looking at right there is located in the Elks Club, in the Elks Lodge in Scottsdale, Arizona, off of 64th Street and Oak. I believe that's off of Oak Street right there. And is the last building that's standing from when Papago Park used to be a POW camp. It was the officers' quarters, but now it's the Elks Lodge in Scottsdale. Well, if you can get permission to go inside, which I did, in the hallway there is that map. That was one of the last maps that existed of Camp Papago. And that is a facsimile map right there. They made 2 more copies of that particular map and gave it to two local museums, just in case something happens to that building or that map. They have 2 other copies. But hard for me to get to that. Had to wait for somebody to get there. Had to wait for the Elks Lodge to open up, get permission for somebody to let me in. But that is right in the hallway of the Elks Lodge in Scottsdale. And again, that building is the last standing building from Papago Park when it was a POW camp during World War II. So hopefully that makes this a little bit, it brings a, this is what I was trying to do with the new software, is show you the pictures as I'm talking about the locations instead of just looking at this, right? So let me go over here to the chat and make sure we ain't missing nothing. Weekend road tripper, Jewel, good to see you. Good to see you. So let's check out. So I don't have uploaded here, but one of my favorite spots that I've been to was the Dragoon Springs stage stop in Dragoon, Arizona. Very significant location. Two really major things in history happened right there where I was standing at that stage stop. You have in 1858, you have the Butterfield Overland Mail Company setting up a fortified stage stop right there. They didn't build a bunch of fortified stage stops for miles. I think I misquoted that really quick. I said in one of my videos it's like 2,700 miles, and somebody told me I was completely wrong. And do you know how they checked to see if I was wrong? They went to Google Maps in 2021 and looked up the distance between the spot in Missouri and San Francisco. And I'm like, even I gave a couple hundred miles off. It is only 24, not 2,700 miles. But the route was much farther because they didn't have Interstate 8. They didn't have Interstate 40. They didn't have all these other roads back in 1848. So to use Google Maps today, 2021, to figure out the I'm wrong, they would laugh. It really did. I love people on TikTok. So the Dragoon Springs stage stop. Here is a picture of what you'll see when you enter Arizona Trust Land. Okay, this is in Arizona Trust Land, so make sure you get the pass before you drive all that way to get there. That's about 75 miles southeast of Tucson, Arizona. It's a little bit of drive from here in the valley where I'm around Gilbert. This when you're driving, when you open the gate to the Trust Land and you go in, you're going to go about 1.5 miles down this pretty really nice dirt road. You don't need a 4-wheel drive or a high clearance vehicle until you pull off here. When you pull off here, you're going to see this sign here. It says forced access, and then it says the Dragoons stage stop, and you take a left. And when you start taking a left, you get on River Rock. They've covered it with River Rock. And it was early in the morning when I finally got there. The dew was on the ground still. You had a lot of bulls roaming the area. You really have to watch out for the wildlife out there. But I had to take it pretty slow, like 3 to 4 miles per hour in the Jeep, because the rocks were really slick. You were sliding all over those things, even if there's no reason to turn it into four-wheel high or low, but it was really slick, and it's about a little over a mile back there towards those mountains, and that seems like it takes forever going 4 to 5 miles per hour, folks. And when you get to the end, though, there is a little roundabout to park in back there. You go over a cattle guard to keep all the bulls from coming at you, because that was one of those times in my travels when I really thought the bull was going to smash the side of the Jeep. I really did. I just got over that cattle guard in time for the bull to stop coming at me. But for the last 50 to 60 yards to that cattle guard, it was touch and go, folks. I thought that was the end of the Jeep. Got over the cattle guard. As soon as you get over that, you'll see another sign. You'll get out of your vehicle. You'll walk up to a fenced off area, which is good because of all the wildlife that's around there. And you see the fortified stage stop that they built there. And it is a cool spot. It really is a cool spot out there. But there is, I believe, a gentleman who has a farm out there. When I got out there, there was another gentleman in a off-roading vehicle, and he was over by the gate. He was in his mid to upper 60s. He had a young gentleman with him. And I rolled down the Jeep window, and I'm like, "Can I get in there?" He's like, "Yeah, it's as long as you got trust land paperwork with you. Yeah, anybody can go on there. It's got the trust land paperwork." But he's like, "We got a new farmer up in there, and he came down and locked the gate for the last 6 days, and nobody could get into it." And they authorized him, of course, to have this huge farm on this trust land, but didn't realize that, yeah, it's open to the public as long as you purchase the permit to get on there. And the farmer locked it up for 6 days, and they finally, that day that I got down there, so 2.5-hour drive would have really sucked if I would have gotten down there and couldn't have gotten onto that land. That day, actually, they opened it up. The farmer came down and took this huge lock, and he put it over on the side so you could see how big the lock was that was guarding this gate. Absolutely ridiculous, as though he didn't know the law, which is crazy. But you don't have to go past his farm going out there. You're about, I would say, at least 3/4 of a mile from the farm when you take a left onto that road to take you out to the stage stop. But again, 1858, you got the Butterfield Overland Stagecoach stop, setting up shop out there. And then in 1862, you have a battle of just a few Confederate soldiers get into a battle with a bunch of Apaches. And of course, the Apaches win. So you have 3 Confederate soldiers and 1 Mexican cattle driver who are buried out there. And you can see it because the rocks are stacked on the graves. And one of the rocks is actually etched in with the individual who's buried there. A lot of things have happened out there in the 1960s. They think one of the graves was messed with, so they're not sure exactly if the 3 Confederate bodies still exist out there today. But 3 Confederates, 1 Mexican cattle worker are supposedly, there is a historical marker out there. That's what the historical marker says. So that's what I go with. But that happened in 1862. In 1858, after they finished building that, unfortunately, 4 of the Butterfield Overland Mail Company guys stayed behind. One of the leader was a guy named Silas St. John, I believe. And he's the only one to survive of the 4 that were out there. They had some Mexican workers out there helping them finish off the roof. That's all. The rest of the company went on to start a new stage stop, not that far away from that one. And what happened during the night is the Mexican workers decided they were going to take out these workers, and then they're going to take, because it was just loaded with cattle and with supplies getting ready for the stage stop to open up, and they were going to steal all the supplies and take the cattle. And they killed 3 of the workers. Silas St. John escaped with his life, shot at them. They didn't come back. He was out there for over, I believe, 2 days with no food and water. His arm actually got amputated right from the shoulder here because he had so many injuries to it. They actually uh, took an axe to his arm. So that those guys that perished are buried out there. Also, you just got to look for their grave. You can find one of them, but you have to look for the other one. A lot of stuff going out there. A lot of stuff going on out there. Pretty cool spot. Let's jump on. Boom. This is the historic Pierce Cemetery. I've talked about this on podcasts and on YouTube videos. The historic Pierce Cemetery is in the historic town of Pierce, Arizona. It was big when the Commonwealth mine was rolling out there. Now it's just a ghost town. And it is, I wouldn't say it's probably from the Dragoon Springs, right before you turn onto that dirt road. It's probably another 15 to 20 minutes straight down the road to this spot right here. Why did I go here? I wish I would have done another picture. But in the back of this sign back here, an individual is buried back there. And that's the reason I drove all the way out there. It's really in the middle of nowhere. It's 20, I believe it's 20 or 21 miles from Tombstone if you take dirt road through the mountains and don't just jump back on Interstate 10. Interstate 10 is probably about 22 miles away, and it's probably about the same distance through the mountains and through the dirt road to Tombstone from this very spot right here. But George Hart Platt, a gentleman named George Hart Platt, who was in the Union Light Guard, is buried in this cemetery. What was the Union Light Guard? It was the first. It was really the first bodyguards that we had for president. If you think about it, up until Abraham Lincoln, there were no bodyguards for the presidents, and even one or two presidents after Lincoln, it really didn't start to be a secret service for the presidents of the United States. So these guys were selected, I believe, in 1862. December of 1862, from the great state of Ohio. They selected 100 military men, and they did not know, what they've been selected for. They were put on a train, and they were heading to Washington, D.C., and they became the first bodyguards to the president. They had nothing to do with the president at Ford's Theater. That was a local police officer that was supposed to be guarding the president. So a lot of people like to leave comments that these guys didn't do their jobs or put George Hart Platt's name with the president's assassination at Ford's Theater, and that's just not true. These guys had nothing to do with that. But he is buried in here. Somebody came along later and found out that this guy was in the Union Light Guard. Now they have a fence around his grave, and it's a pretty cool spot to go out to. The guy was born in 1832 in the great state of Ohio, and somehow he perishes in 1907 out here in Arizona. And I would have loved to learn the story of how he made it from, Ohio to DC all the way out here to Arizona and what he was doing. He must have been working at one of the mines, though. But that place right there is definitely worth a visit, folks. Definitely worth a visit. Soldiers from the 10th Cavalry are buried there. I will check that out, Jewel. I will definitely check that out. My problem is the only reason that I've really kept up on a lot of these locations and visited them more than once because of the TikTok channel. The TikTok channel being as popular as it is with over 58,000 followers, I'm going back just to film with my phone with this thing right here. Instead of all of this high-powered equipment that I've bought for the YouTube channel, it just takes the phone for less than 60 seconds to do a quick video and then upload it to TikTok to get a couple 100,000 views on videos. It's absolutely amazing. So I don't know if I'll ever go back towards Dragoon because now I've been down there 3 times. But I know there's a lot more. I'd like to get Geronimo's son's grave down there at Fort Bowie. I'd like to go record that, but that's another 3-hour journey from the house. So, and with gas prices being around $3.19 now, the Jeep is really sucking up some major gas. So I don't know if I'll make it down there, but hopefully I'll make it down to Fort Bowie maybe in the next 2 months. We'll save up some cash, get down there. And I'm going to get down there for a 40-second video. That's the crazy part, but it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. Again, if you're just joining me, I have uploaded YouTube Shorts. So I just go in there, in the title, I put the title of the YouTube video, and then I do the hashtag Shorts. YouTube is in the beta process of here in the United States doing YouTube Shorts. It's just making competition with TikTok, which they won't even come close to. But it is helping this channel out tremendously because I've uploaded 8 in the last 7 days, and YouTube keeps sending me updates saying, hey, your views are up. It was last week, my views were up 38% more than normal. I posted 4, it said it was up 58% than normal. And as of today, I'm 98% more views on the 7 shorts that I've uploaded. And those 7 shorts have got a little over 3,000 views to them. And I just think because, look, our attention spans aren't ready for a 7 to 8 minute video on the history, but they love 40 seconds or less. That's why I think TikTok is really taken off, because you can get so much information from a 40-second video. So uploading the shorts, that's pretty much all I'm going to do with YouTube right now, because I have 180 regular length YouTube videos out there for you to check out. But now we have 8 shorts out there, and people seem to love them. And the amount of views that I'm getting doesn't require me to truck out 200 miles with a Canon camera, with a drone, with a GoPro, and learn all this history to go out there and put it out there for 200 views. So YouTube Shorts has been fantastic. I'm happy that they're doing it. Yeah, it says here, it seems like shorter vids are doable. People click on it. They have more time for it. My vids are like 15 minutes to 18. Yeah. And you know what? Your videos can be absolutely sensational. YouTube is full of people, man, some unbelievable YouTube channels that should be on the channel or to discover. They have like 6,000 subscribers and they get like 400 or 500 video, which is, in my eyes, that's small YouTuber that's only been on YouTube for 4 years. But these videos are absolutely outstanding, and they're not getting seen. Let's just put some of these up here. Boom, there's Jewel right there. This is what I like about the new software. We can see other people. If you want to check out the YouTube channels, go check them out. But I will definitely check out this one here. But yeah, a 15 to 18 minute YouTube video, there are pros and cons to that. The pro to that, if they, it just if you put a 15-minute video out there and you get maybe a 6-minute watch time out of that, well, if you're only launching like 5-minute videos, and you're only getting like 2.5 minutes of watch time out of that, the longer the video, the better off you are on YouTube because of the watch time. They only may watch 35% of it, but that's better than 35% of a 5-minute video. So, but it sucks that you learn all this information, you go out, you research, and you put together this production, and so yeah, there it is. It seems like shorter vids are doable. And again, that is why TikTok has taken off. In my, that's what I can see. And again, being on there for 8 months now. 8 months ago, I started a TikTok, and I think if I added up all my views, we're a little over 15 million views on 250 TikToks, folks. 15 million views. One of the TikToks has 855,000 views. Another one has 525,000 views. And it's very easy to get 50 to 100,000 views if people are interested enough to sit and watch a 35 to 40-second video. So if you haven't tried TikTok and you're a YouTuber, or you're on social media, check out TikTok. Start yourself a TikTok channel. I'll just start there. Here on On YouTube, I might be at what, 235,000 total views, 4 years, 15 million views, 8 months. You know, it hurts a little bit. It hurts the heart a little bit, folks, because when you do these long YouTube videos, when I say long, mine are like 8-9 minutes tops if it's long, and it's a lot of memorizing for me. It's a lot of doing the historical work, the history of the location, driving to the location, taking the time to film at the location, having the equipment to do it, the audio to do it, coming home, uploading all this into your software, editing all that stuff, finding the right music, launching it out there. And, it really doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. You're happy for the subscribers you have and the people that watch, the people that are loyal to the channel. But when you go out and you film something for 30 seconds on your phone, whatever kind of phone you're using, and you're getting 50,000 views every time you pop it on there, or I think the minimal amount of views that I get on a TikTok, if it's doing bad, within like 4 or 5 days, it only got like 12 or 1,300 looks. 12 or 1,300. If I can do that on YouTube, woo, I'd be a happy camper. All right, let's go to another. Let's look at a couple more people here. There we go at that. We go up here to nothing important. And we also had Vanessa Kitty. I don't know if she's still on here, but she jumped on for a little bit. That was she was my first person on here. Helped me out tremendously. Let's go back to the graphics section and see if we can do one more spot out here. All right, this is one of my favorite towns, folks, and that is Florence, Arizona. The house that you're looking at there has been redone, but it was originally built in 1878 by a gentleman named John Clum. Now, I didn't know about John Clum. Now, I've done podcasts now on John Clum. I've done plenty of TikTok videos and YouTube videos on Florence and John Clum. This guy's life is absolutely amazing. It truly is absolutely amazing. He moved to Florence in 1878, built this home. He was the editor-in-chief of the first newspaper in Florence, Arizona. Before coming to Florence from 1874 to 1877, he was head of the San Carlos reservation. He was the agent there. And what I love about John Clum and being an Indian agent at that particular reservation is that of all the Indian agents that I've read about, this guy wanted the Apaches to govern themselves. He truly wanted them to govern themselves. He set up an Apache police force to police themselves. If there was somebody that was found guilty and they were going to trial, he had Apaches on the juror. He had Apaches overseeing the proceedings. He ran that area different than a lot of other areas that I've seen and studied in the state of Arizona or across the United States at the time. But after he left here, he became the first mayor, folks, of Tombstone, Arizona. The historical plaque for this building, this is the front, but the historical plaque, there's a fence that surrounds this whole area, is in the back. And it tells you all about this in the back. But this place here, John Clum, again, the first mayor of Tombstone, he was a friend of the Earps. There was actually, after the OK Corral shooting happened, he was on that vendetta ride of the Clantons, the McClarys, and the Cowboy Gang. They were not just after the Earps and Doc Holliday and them. They were after John Clum. And John Clum left but about a month or a month and a half after that shootout in a stagecoach. It was shot up. John Clum escaped that, walked all the way to Benson, Arizona. But they thought they got him, but they didn't. John Clum lived a long life. He passed away in California. I've actually been a hold of his, I think, one-time great-grandson, who's 83 or 84, living in Los Angeles. We're hoping to have him on a podcast soon. But John Clum, his life, I mean, he captured, a lot of people say Geronimo wasn't captured. Well, he sure was in 1877 by John Clum and his 100 Apache police that marched from the San Carlos reservation in 1877, 400 miles. And captured Geronimo. Geronimo surrendered a weapon that was given to John Clum. That exact weapon is in the Historical Museum in Tucson, Arizona. It's on display today. It was given by the great-grandson in the early 1980s. It's back on display right now. A lot of people are like, how do you know it's the gun? Well, I have firsthand that is the gun that Geronimo surrendered to Indian agent John Clum in 1877. They marched him 400 miles back and locked him up at San Carlos. John Clum left San Carlos in 1877. They allowed Geronimo out, which was one of the biggest mistakes in history, and they'll pay for it for the next 10 years. But yeah, that's the Indian agent John Clum. That is his house right there. The guy's history is unbelievable, and that is right in Florence, Arizona. Florence, Arizona. Again, one of my favorite spots to visit. I can talk about Florence all day long. I really could. All right, let's go up to captions here. Just going down here. I won't stay on here too long. I will see how this downloads, see if I keep it up, but you'll see at the bottom, you can follow me on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I'm also on MeWe, a little app called MEWE. I've loaded a lot of content on that. It's a brand new social media app, not a lot of followers there, but I keep pumping up the uploads to it. So one day when it does become, a lot of people following it, at least I'll be out there. So it's like the new Twitter and Facebook of its time, but it's just taken time for MeWe to get online. So it's MEWE. I'm on there. That the Arizona Timeless Tours. People always ask me, where are you at on your podcast? The Arizona Timeless Tours. Everything. If you put into a search engine, the Arizona Timeless Tours, every social media page will pop up. I check it all the time. And the podcast is one of the very first things that pops up. We got 24 podcasts down there, folks. So if you could share that with as many people as possible, that would be greatly appreciated. Trying to get that podcast up. You wouldn't believe. First of all, there's hundreds of thousands of podcasts, if not, tens of millions of podcasts out there. Most podcasts, they don't last past the 20th episode. So we're at 24 right now. I try to keep it at least once a week, upload a new episode. I don't have a specific day because I never know when I'm free to do one. Just like today, we don't have quite a few people on here because I didn't tell anybody I was going live. So check it out. We got 1,500 listens to that podcast, which is absolutely sensational. We got like 3 5-star ratings on Apple Podcast for the podcast. So if you haven't checked out the Arizona Timeless Tours podcast, I'm going to say it again. Please check it out and share it with as many people as possible. Let's go to the chat. Let's go up. These historical tidbits are interesting. I'm glad you like them. St. Anthony's out at Florence. Yeah, isn't that the St. Anthony's? Is that the what is that? I know what you're talking about, though. I do know what you're talking about. It's in Florence. I've never been there. I've looked it up. I believe it's off of State Route 79, the campus that they have out there. If we're on the same thing here, I believe that yeah, the monastery, yes. Have not been there. Looked it up numerous times. Just, sometimes you get a gist, you kind of get this of what people will watch. And I'm not sure that's one of the TikToks that people will watch, but it is a spot that I need to get down there and check out. It does look really interesting. And they're open. Seems like they're really nice down there, letting people in, take pictures, take videos and stuff like that. So I do need to get down there. And if you keep going down State Route 79, you'll come to the Tom Mix Memorial right there on the right side of the road. But yeah, I try. The best thing I can do right now is I don't try to, I look at over my TikToks, what do people like and what don't. I reposted a TikTok of Florence, Arizona. Now get this. I'm standing out there. I'm way away from what they call Poston Butte, which is Florence. You call it F Mountain or F Butte if you want. It's got the big F on it for Florence, coming off of Hunt Highway just before you get to State Route 79. Take a right and then another right to the historic town of Florence. There's that. Sorry, folks, I got some allergies or something rolling around here. You get to what is called Poston Butte. Charles de Brill Poston is buried on the top in a pyramid up there. And I did from Florence, so it's about 2 miles from the Butte. I say, you see this butte right there. It's got an F on it. It's the F is for Florence. Up at the top, I try to zoom in, which looks horrible on the cell phone, and you can barely see that it looks like a pyramid's up there. And I tell them that there's a pyramid that was placed up there, that Charles de Brill Poston was placed up there in 1925 after his body was exhumed in 1925. He died, I believe, in 1902 or 1903 in Phoenix on his 100th birthday. The governor at the time, Governor Hunt, removed him from there and buried him up there because he tried to build a temple to the sun god on top of that butte outside of Florence. So he thought his final resting place should be in a pyramid facing the east up on top of that butte, which is, think about it. But that one, I put it out there, and within like 2 to 3 minutes, you're over 1,000 views. And I think since yesterday, we're at 7,000 views. People love that. You put the story of Tom Mix, you go out there, you do the whole video and stuff, and you get a little story together that takes 55 seconds to upload and put out there, and people don't go for it so much. So, but the Tom Mix Memorial Alpha State Route 79 is definitely Tom Mix in over 370 Western movies. Think about that. One of the most highest paying actors of his time back in the day. Man had it going on for him until he crashed on that road there in 1940. All right. I don't want to keep this up. We've been out for 41 minutes, almost 42. I'm going to go check it out to make sure it looks good, see how these pictures looked, how this uploads. And I'm going to start doing these daily with the pictures up. And we're going to talk about the 180 plus places that I have visited in the last 4 years in the state of Arizona. That's the way the Arizona Timeless Tours YouTube channel is going to be. If you miss any of these lives, as long as they look good and good, I'm going to get a couple times a week, maybe go through 10 to 15 locations per episode, and tell you as much detail about each one of these places as I possibly can. So I think that's what I'm going to do. If you look up at the top right-hand corner, that's my new Arizona Timeless Tours logo. I know it's a lot of orange. I'm going to try to get one that's a little bit black and white up there, but I love the logo. Actually put it on a shirt. But the shirt too much to do something. But pretty soon, black and white, we'll be able to hands out their offerings, so people will be able to purchase them at a low price. Right now, it cost me about $26 to get that shirt. So I give them out as I have them made. But anyhow, all right. Thanks, everybody. I share that out there with as many people as possible. I appreciate everybody who's checked out the Arizona Timeless Tour. And I look forward to using this instrument right here to bring you new episodes every day. We're going to keep pumping out YouTube videos constantly. And I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to do it just like I showed you today. I just go like this, talking to you about this place, how to get there, when you get there. Do you need some kind of, check out these awesome petroglyphs. They're 500 plus years old, and be responsible doing so. What to take out there to protect yourself, because you're in the middle of no man's land, And I'll do a whole one back again on the POW camp in Camp Papago. Also out there, the largest POW camp in the state of Arizona was out there in Florence, Arizona. We'll do that also. So hopefully everybody enjoys that. Hopefully this brings, what am I trying to do? Education. Hopefully people watch this and get outside and enjoy themselves before we get into June, July, and August and the 115-degree temperatures come. Because this week we're already going to hit the upper 90s. So let me go back through here. Let me go back into the chat, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Historical locations, sports, and hiking. All right. I appreciate everybody who's jumped on It is greatly, 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 greatly appreciated. Um, until I upload a new one, please leave a comment below. Tell me if this is something that you're going to want to watch, something that you're going to want to see. It would be greatly appreciated. All right, guys, take care of yourself.